The goal of today is to introduce to you the concept of stochastic weather generators. You can find this very experimental presentation with the QR code. So in French, la pluie et le beau temps means literally the rain and the good weather. But when we are working on climate issues, you're more interested in very bad weather and extreme weathers. And as a statistician, you may wonder what's the probability to have the frequency of this extremes event and the intensity, and how they're gonna change or they are changing with climate change, and what kind of impact they can have on agriculture, health, energy, and so on. They can have very different shape. They can be very large scales like heat waves. They can be very local like flood. They can be compound extremes, meaning you have extreme values in several variables at the same time. High temperature plus high humidity can be lethal for humans, or they can be long-lasting events. So one way to address the question is to do a simulation-based approach where you have a generator and you basically sample many trajectories and count how often you encounter the extreme you're interested in. So one very famous class of generator is the climate models used by IPCC for their reports. And basically, it's physical-based model, very well established. They discretize the whole Earth with pixels and so on. It's getting finer and finer. But the two main disadvantage is that these are very expensive, whatever you do, to run several simulations. And they are not so good to produce extremes like the one we are actually observing. Okay? So as an example of what we could do is like in black, it's the annual mean temperature in Montpellier. And let's say you want to address the question, what will be the delta of temperature plus X degrees in 2060. You have one simulation, so that's one estimate. But if you have you do multiple simulation, at some point you have a better estimate. What you hope is better, and you have a confidence interval. But as I said, the main problem with that is that you don't have a lot of simulation. The French Weather Institute, in its latest report, used only 17 simulations to address the uncertainty. So that's not a lot from a statistical point of view. And plus, the distribution of this simulation, you're not even sure it catch actually the extremes, the tail of the distribution. So that's where stochastic weather generator arrives. So there are statistical models learning on the data, so machine learning model if you want. And their goal is just to learn this climate variability, like a distribution, and especially in the tails. And then as a generative model, just generate sample trajectories. They have different shape depending on the application. Only temperature plus precipitation, single site, multi-site, spatial. It really depends on the type of application and data you have, and model, of course. And by construction, they are much more lightweight than the physical-based model. So it's much easier to simulate a lot of the trajectories, realistic trajectories. So the package, since there was no precedent in Julia, I got to pick the cool name, the canonical Julia name for the package. And as of right now, it's quite sparse. There are not a lot of models, but the idea is to aggregate different models. So now you have like multi-site weather models. So one is mine, one is not. So I try to, you have temperature models and so on. You have two tutorials, quite research-oriented, following one of my paper. This should be fully reproducible. And just to illustrate what a model could look like, the simplest of all is like autoregressive model, But the catch is that the parameters are now varying with the day of the year to account for seasonality. You have this hidden Markov model-based model where we found some cool weather pattern associated with the Indian state, and another model. And I'm now trying to integrate a Gaussian field model, work with my PhD. And one goal would be to translate all the models that are coded in R, mostly, of the literature, to have really one place to have many models available. Okay, some lag. So why I'll catch before. Yeah. So why Julia? So the first, why does it matter to have Julia? Because at the end of the day, you're maximizing log likelihood, and when you're doing that, the people, most of the code are written in R, so they use Optim. And in Optim, as you might know, there is no autodiff, there is no gradient-based optimization or approximate one. And in practice, it does make a difference when in my test, at least for the model I try. These models are basically written naturally as loops. So that's where Julia really shines for speed. And I believe there are really new lines of research that can be open with the package composability. I'm not really sure how to organize the package, all the different models, HMM, Gaussian field, and so on. So that I'm really open for suggestion. And I wanted to finish on an application I had. Basically, I made this multivariate model for temperature, evapotranspiration, rain, and so on. And then I put that in a physical model for crop that predicts, based on the weather, how much crop of maize you will have at the end of the season. And doing that with historical data, you only have 30 years, so 30 observations. That's not a lot for statistics. And but with the stochastic weather generator, you can have 1,000,000 years. And basically, I use that to generate a hackathon dataset. I'm not sure what's happening. And you can do also sensitivity analysis and so on, stuff like that. So I'll end like this.
Thanks, David.
So it's like the presentation mode of Pluto, but I wanted to make it look like a beamer because from
why not?
mathematics. And and with LLMs because I don't know Java scripts. So it's mostly vibe coding, I guess. What did you call vibe coding?
Vibe sliding.
But it worked on my always, but today it didn't really work as intended.
Sure. In the back, we had a question.
Yeah. Hi, this is Jesus Contreras. Thanks for the presentation. It's really interesting. So I work with energy systems, and something like this would be very useful to produce, for example, scenarios of solar generation and wind generation, things like that. Wind speed and solar irradiation. I'm wondering if you have that available, or
I have what?
If you have that.
I don't have wind model, but I know wind model. I didn't code yet any wind model, but
okay.
I know of the papers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be really, like, for practical purposes.
But yes, that's
interesting.
the plan is really to plug that into impact model, like using as input weather variable. Any model that take as input weather model, you can use a stochastic weather generator to stress the model, shake it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's really the point.